very simple concept about first principles. Let me explain it a bit. Hopefully that hook caught your eye as well. I'm trying something out a little bit different. But these are all from this book for reference. If you guys want to check this out, please feel free to. I might leave a link to it in the description. It's not a cheap book. It's like a $30 book for US. But I would definitely recommend it. It is a 4-part series. This is the first one. It is very powerful, really opens up your eyes. But most of the stuff I'm talking about in this video is from that book. So let's get into it. First principles are like Lego. You can build stuff with Lego. That's the whole point of Lego. I have Legos over there somewhere. And it's all bricks. Lego started off with 2x2 bricks, 2x4 bricks, and you stick them together and you can make things. You can make really whatever you want. If you had enough Legos, you could build yourself another Empire State Building. Now, I'm not saying it'd be a good one, but you could build it. Legos are the building blocks of everything. First principles are the building blocks of a successful script, of a successful pitch, of a close. They are the beginning. That's why they're called the first principles of sales, outreach, and a lot of things other than that in general. Dating. I mean, confidence, whatever you can think of, there are some first principles things. So I'm not going to be talking about the first principles for agency or outreach in this, but I want you to look closely. There are first principles in everything. What are the building blocks that make up everything? Atoms, I guess you could say. Now you could go less than that. You could go protons, neutrons, electrons. You could go lower than that. I think it's called plorts. I don't know. I don't think I'm saying it right, but there's something even smaller than that which makes up neutrons, protons, and electrons. And I wouldn't call those building blocks. Atoms are normally considered the building blocks of life. Lego is like the building blocks or like first principles to everything. Underlying everything, there are some key rules. When you're doing outreach, your first principle is thinking what you need to do. There is an objective. A first principle for outreach, something that defines outreach, is getting clients. Okay, let's look further. Getting clients to what? To provide your service. What do you get from providing your service? You get money. What do you want money from? I don't know. That'll be another video. That'll be our why video. And for reference, if you want to find a first principle, you can look it up if you really want to. You can read a book and figure it out yourself, or you can just keep asking why or what makes this up. Outreach. What makes up outreach? Let's go with cold DMs. What makes up cold DMs? Messages. What makes up messages? Words. What makes up those words? Those words are to pitch people. Those words are to convince people. If you're trying to convince people, that's your first principle. Okay, but how do you convince people? Yeah, you can go deeper than that. You think that's your first principle? It's not. How do you convince people? Okay, sales. Okay, sales, that doesn't really define it. Your offer. Okay, there you go. Now you're getting somewhere. Your offer, maybe that's a first principle. No, it's not. There's different parts to your offer. You have a guarantee. What makes up a guarantee? You promise. Is your promise a first principle to your offer? Is your promise a first principle to sales? It could be. It could be as far as you can go. You might be able to go deeper than a promise. Your word. Pretty much the same thing to me. But you can always go deeper if you think about it. Okay, let's take a LinkedIn post. All right. The purpose of this post is to get someone to come to my YouTube channel. I make them every now and then. I post a video from my YouTube channel on there. And you might be watching this from LinkedIn. Who knows if I make a post about it. You came from LinkedIn, obviously, in this scenario. Well, what needed to happen? What building blocks were in place for you to come to my YouTube channel? Well, let's start at the beginning, or start backwards, I suppose. I need to make a LinkedIn post. Or actually, no, you need to click. I need to make a LinkedIn post. But what do I need to write in the post to get you to click? I needed to write something convincing. How do I write something convincing? A lot of ways. You could learn copywriting. You could use ChatGPT. Let's say you use ChatGPT. What's the purpose of ChatGPT? To help people out. That's kind of a dead end. All right, let's go to copywriting. Why did I learn copywriting? To make money. Why do I want to make money? And you can keep going. You have no idea how far down you can go. Again, I'll be talking about this in a separate video, your why. And it is more important than this video, I would say. If the why video is up before this one is, which I doubt it, please stop watching this. Go watch the why video. It'll probably be more useful. But I assume this will be coming out first. If it doesn't, go watch the Y video. If not, please watch the Y video after this. It'll be way more useful and it'll be very good use of your time. But my point here is there is always building blocks, and you have nothing if you cannot focus on the building blocks. Sure, you can get someone's outreach script. I give away outreach scripts, I give away sales scripts. Great. But you don't know what makes up those scripts. You don't know the criteria for the pitch. You don't know the questions to be asked. You don't know the purpose of the pitch. You just use the pitch. That gets you nowhere because in 3 months, in 6 months, that pitch is going to be obsolete. You'll be 3 months down the road and you went from booking 20 sales calls a day to 10, and you're going to be like, maybe I need to do more outreach. No. Sometimes it is the script. Scripts change. People change. I've always enjoyed permission to pitch, but people haven't always loved permission to pitch. If a permission to pitch isn't working, don't use it. Figure out what makes up a good pitch in general. If what you see is working the best is just running at people with a bunch of information, and like on a cold call you just ramble off for a minute and a half, do it. But what makes up that minute and a half of rambling? That's what you have to understand. That way you can create it. Because if you're just talking about your past experiences in your life in college, they don't care. They're going to hang up on you. You have to talk about the things that they're interested in, the first principles that make up the things that they're interested in. I know it goes very far down, and I am very aware of that. But please take some time of your own to figure this out a little bit. Like I said, I'll leave a link, and I might take a picture of the page in the book, specifically where I found this. If I do, it'll be right here on the screen somewhere. Take a look at that, read that word for word if you would like. But I'll also leave a link in the description. Please check out the book. While you're at it, might as well like and subscribe. It's free. You get some more value like this. I don't see why you wouldn't do it. But either way, you're watching the video. I appreciate it, and please look over this first principles thing. I imagine you will find it very interesting. And with that, I'll see you next video. Goodbye.